Hello, hello, it's Agnes Vivarelli, and today another viewer request. YouTube. Love Changes Everything and Monique M. You have both asked about a YouTube to deal with cyber stalking or bullying and harassing. So I'm going to just go through a few things because those situations are extremely unpleasant, and I know some of you have had ex-partners or current partners treat you also with disrespect, so that can fall under this category also. Now, you know that I've done quite a few YouTubes about people being you pushed out, okay? So everything that you feel, everything that you think, everything you believe, and a belief is just a thought that you think over and over again, and that becomes a belief. So that goes out into the world, and if you are attracting, crazy people that are stalking you or bullying, harassing, or even, disrespect from a partner that you're currently with or an ex-partner, there is something going on in your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that is about being a victim, being victimized, being disrespected, what can we say? Because I don't want it to be that you think that this stuff's okay or that it's all your fault, okay? It's just about what have I got going on in terms of feeling disrespected, feeling victimized, feeling not really in a good space around what's happening. Some people also cop it at work where they're being disrespected by being overworked, people dumping all their work on them. So there's that victim mentality that's lurking underneath that as well. Okay, so the things that you can do to correct this, because that's the important part. Everything is not stagnant, it's not stuck in concrete, it is not permanent unless you keep doing the same things over and over and over. Now, there's also some element of fear about people doing things to you and that you're powerless, okay? Now, that's not the case unless that's what you believe. So changing those beliefs around I am respected, I am safe, I am secure, I am all of those things that support it's removing the fear of people doing things to you and they're out of your control and that they're really negative and awful things, okay? So it's changing from being afraid to feeling secure. And you can do that, as we have done on many of these YouTubes, through affirming something different and then letting the fear go and no longer keeping that anxiety, fear, those feelings that victims have alive, okay? So you can replace it with I am safe, I am secure, I am respected, I am, anything that you want to put after that that supports being strong and confident, because people can feel and smell, for lack of a better word, when you are not feeling confident and you're not feeling secure, and it is those people that get picked on and people that there's like for every victim, there's a perpetrator. So it's doing your work on you and dissolving those things and starting to get a stronger sense of yourself so that those people are not drawn to you, okay? So start to look at what kind of thoughts am I thinking that are fueling this situation, and then start to work on dissolving them. So that way those people are no longer attracted to you. Okay? And also, if someone is harassing you on the internet, there are ways to actually block these people and keep them out. And yeah, so maybe look into being able to do that. Obviously, if it's a physical person and you live with them, or they're contacting you, phone calls and that sort of thing, you can also block them or report them or whatever you need to do to keep them out as well. But there needs to be the emotional work that needs to be done so that it keeps those things from reoccurring and happening again. Now, the other thing you can do is also build up yourself by doing self-love meditations. And there's a whole stack of them there. I will put the links to them underneath. The more you do self-love, obviously, then that blots out feeling like a victim and being afraid, because you're putting love in and letting go of the fear. And you can't be in fear and in love at the same time. So therefore, that builds up and dissolves that stuff on the outside. So I hope that gives you a little bit of understanding. And also, actually, just one more thing, the Ho'oponopono prayer. Because the Ho'oponopono, as many of you know, dissolves the part of you that created that situation out there. So that too can be used, especially if you've got quite a heightened sense of fear and anxiety, because something's just happened. Use the Ho'oponopono prayer to dissolve the part of you that created this. So I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. I will put the link to my YouTube that does the Ho'oponopono prayer. And also Dr. Hugh Len, who, as you know, the story is that he dissolved the part of him that created the patients that he was dealing with in that mental hospital in Hawaii. And he kept working on that part of him. And then eventually the hospital shut down because all the violent and aggressive people had been transformed by the work he did on himself. And eventually there was no one left in the hospital. So I will put the link to that 16-minute meditation YouTube, which is fantastic. I've personally used it. I go back to it again and again and again when stuff happens to me. So I will give that link down there for you as well. Okay, I hope that helps, and any questions, again, put it in the thread and we will nut it out. Lots of love.